I don't always have the opportunity to demonstrate this, but today I did. I've got the slide in on this new 30.5 MLOK here at Haylett RV, and I wanted to demonstrate how what's great about this design is that it is 100% fully functional, even with the super slide closed. You can still get to the fridge, you can still get to the sink, bathroom, bedroom, everything. The only thing you somewhat lose access to would be this corner pantry over here, but frankly, if your life depended on it, you could probably still pop this door open, reach around the corner, and grab something. So it's very what's called turtle friendly. Turtling is where, you know, you have, think of a turtle with its arms and legs and head pulled into its shell, but it's still alive and functioning. So just a quick little snippet for you here, and let's begin our normal video tour right about now. Alright, so at the time of this filming, this is a new floor plan, and obviously the longer this footage goes on, that will become less true. But this is a really smart variation of you know, the, I guess, rear kitchen that's out there nowadays. It's very similar in a lot of ways to a Cougar half-ton 29 RKS. Where it's really different is the Cougar half-ton has an extra slide right here, and it's a big deep slide. It has a face-mounted outside kitchen and your entertainment center in here. And when it's opened up, it has this big, wide, expansive living room, and it's very cool. It's very cool in its own way. Well, the guys at Jayco said, you know what? We can, like, just move that outside kitchen so that they still get it, and we can get rid of an extra slide, which will make this RV less money, less weight, equal function. And in point of fact, the way that they have laid this out, as you just saw, you could argue that it is more functional because it remains fully accessible with the slide closed. Now, with the way that they have this kitchen laid out, I don't really think you lose any countertop or storage space. This is an exceptionally well executed floor plan. I think the more we go through it, the more you're going to see that. The upper deck is pretty industry standard for everything Eagle does, but that being said, that is not a knock. It's everything Eagle does is typically a tick above. This is not going to be the lightest weight. This is not going to be the least expensive fifth wheel in its category. The dry weight on this one is 8,980 pounds, 8,980. So plan your tow vehicle accordingly. I think it's got about it's just over 1,500 pound hitch weight. So what you have to understand when you're looking at the realm of half-ton towing, you need to have an appropriate payload. You probably want a payload that's closer to 2,000 pounds or above. In the half-ton market, there are very few trucks outside of Fords that can achieve that. But understand, having the max tow package and the max payload package are not the same thing in Ford trucks. Some brands, those two things merge together. Some they do not. Always investigate your truck's capacities. If you don't know your truck's capacities, then please contact our team so we can help make sure you are all set here. What's nice about Eagle fifth wheels in the HT segment, we can put both bigger tires on these, which we typically do at Haylett RV, and we can also adjust the suspension height. Eagle HTs have adjustable suspension, so they can be 3/4 and 1 ton friendly in a half-ton truck or fifth wheel segment. So there's different decors. This is the cashmere decor. You have cashmere, by the way. And I think this floor plan, this is macho man approved. This is madness, brother. Oh yeah. This is just a great model. You know, they took a common rear kitchen that has existed for just decades, and they flipped it on its head, and it's awesome. So right here, across from the entertainment center, we've got our dual wall-hugging theater recliner with that little center console armrest right there. What's very cool about this is when the hide-a-bed that we haven't quite seen yet is open, you can still access that seat right there. And that's another great thing about this floor plan. When this hide-a-bed right here is open, you can still walk around it. It doesn't cut the floor plan off. It's very good in that way. Big windows here. You've also got neat little Eagle things like the dimmer switch lighting that they have going on here. You just kind of keep your finger on the switch, or, you know, obviously you can just flip the lights off and on, as it were. But look at the lighting package they have. It's really aggressive. What's also important is not just what you see, but what you don't see, and that's the air conditioner. Because in this one, you can't see the square, so you won't hear the air. This has whisper ducted AC. And that's Eagle HT was the first RV in this segment to have that. Several others, like Highland Ridges, have since adopted that system, but Eagle HT was the first in their category to do that. You may have noticed this table setup. There are big luxury fifth wheels and diesel pushers that use a very similar dinette setup, but Eagle HT in this category is one of the few that is still doing the 2 full-time chairs with the 2 fold away guest chairs that can simply just hide under your bed when you're not using them. Now obviously you've got this easy lift desktop, you've got a gas strut assist to help keep that open for you, and when you do have guests you can always just open this right up. And whether it's hot or cold season, you're going to be comfortable in this slide out because they are using fully insulated slides. That's another one of those little detail things that Brand X might not have that could make them a little bit lighter weight, a little bit cheaper. You never know. Like I said, I can't get enough of the kitchen configuration on this. There's more cabinet space here, but what I like, look at the smart way they did this. Because the outside kitchen is under that rear corner countertop, you're not losing storage back there, because that rear corner under that countertop, that's hard storage to get to anyway. So they said, why not put a bunch of drawers here? Because it's not like we're going to block any cabinet doors, but we'll put cabinet doors over here under the sink where people can put a wastebasket. And remember, this is all accessible in transit. You never lose anything on here. That is a real tile backsplash all the way along that extended kitchen countertop. It's not just one of those wallpapers to trick you. Eagles have pocket screwed cabinetry, all hardwood cabinet door framing, hidden hinges, which one of the things I like about hidden hinges is they help keep the door open or closed. Like after you pass a certain point, they just kind of close themselves. So when you're in transit, and where I think it's really important are these doors, because you see how these doors could open behind the slide out flange. Now thankfully in this floor plan there is room, you can walk back here as you saw, and you can look at this door to make sure it's not going to get crushed, but you can't do that in every model. Still, just out of convenience, it'll try to keep itself closed, so the chances of something getting crushed are pretty nil. Again, material selection being a superior thing here, which is one of the reasons that Jayco RVs have twice the full coverage warranty of pretty much anything else out there. You've got nicer like stainless appliances. If you do the wedding ring test, you can hear the difference between metal and plastic on fixtures. They make plastic sinks that look, or faucets that look exactly like that, but you can see, feel, and hear the difference. And just the detail stuff, like the way that they've added shelving to that overhead cabinetry to really just maximize the storage. The struts above the microwave door there to help keep that open. You'll see that repeated up here. They went to every extreme here to try to give you comfort. Now, things like that electric space heating fireplace, that is an option. There, like I said, there's several pieces of optional equipment here. So the one that we have in stock, it could change. You know, this is how we've equipped one. If we get significant feedback where folks are saying, I really wish you'd have built it this way or that way, like in a high frequency, we'll change how we build them, guys. We don't want to build them how we like them. We want to build them how you like them naturally. So if you do have input, please be respectful, but please share. We welcome that. You know, it's listening to folks like yourselves at home that have made us the success that we are today. So your TV will be included. We simply have to pull that out for storage purposes. What's nice though is on this big swing arm, so if you really do want to make it face over at the kitchen or the dining table or the sofa, you can. And it's not just HD capable, they actually run all the HD wiring for you. And it's not that you can't get on Amazon and buy that cable for $6 from China. It's the fact that you don't have to run it through the cabinetry behind this hidden maze of God knows what behind that cabinet fascia. It's all done for you. Another thing I like to point out, just the little detail stuff. Again, they spent a little more money on their entertainment system. It's like every RV seems to have Bluetooth, DVD, CD, okay, you get the point, stereos. But they added face-mounted HD and USB plugs here, so that if you have one of those streaming Chromecast or Roku sticks or whatever, Amazon Fire Sticks, you can plug those in and power them. So little detail stuff too, like that breeze window next to that sleeper sofa. They've just nailed this one. Absolutely nailed this one. I think we're good. Let's move on upstairs. I'm going to talk more about how it's constructed and put together as we go outside, by the way. Did you notice that coat closet right by the door when we walked in? I thought that was just a genius thing. So we're in night mode, other than the bedroom light right now. And one of the things I like about Eagles is they're super night mode friendly with that. It's just a single blue LED light. But against the white shower backer, it really causes everything in here to glow. Now, for a little bit more of a kick, we've got a backlit morning mirror over here, so that if you're getting ready in the morning or at night or whatever, you know, you don't have to blind yourself, and you can see that you've got normal full lighting in here as well. So porcelain foot flush stool and plenty of leg room in front of the toilet, as well as room to get dressed when you get out of that shower, which is a split door, easy entry shower, by the way, that is very tall person friendly. Because what they've actually done, instead of stepping up at all into the shower, they've actually recessed the shower plumbing below the floor to give you a, you know, an easy walk-in shower area. And by extending the bedroom slide into the bathroom here, you're actually going to benefit from all this nice linen space that you otherwise would have lacked out on. And something that I want to not make an assumption on, this is a sliding pocket door, so you can close this off. I've failed to mention that in the past, and some folks didn't quite realize that. And I don't judge them for that. They don't know. That's why you're watching the videos, you know. True 60 by 80 queen bed, easy lift, double struts with storage below, which is the perfect place to hide those little guest chairs when you're not using them. Those two lights right above the bed, those are dual element blue and white LEDs. If you hold it, you get the nice bright white light we're looking at. If you tap it, you get a blue LED light, which is perfect for night reading, exactly like the light in the shower, basically. Their bedroom closet slide, their wardrobe slide, is something that they've done extremely well, and I'm really shocked. More RVs in the marketplace haven't copied this. So instead of just having one giant closet that blocks all of the light and airflow in the bedroom, they actually include a window on theirs. And it's the smallest thing, but it's everything. What's neat is the extra function it gets by giving you that extra little bedside stand. There's some power plugs over there, so if you want to use that as your phone charger stand, you can. You still have a nice full extension dresser drawer below. And you can see that you've got that plenty of closet space still. Plenty of closet space for an RV of this size. TV hookups across the bed for easy viewing. If you do choose to add a second air conditioner, okay, here's one thing to mention. In an Eagle HT, if you add the fireplace, you automatically also have to upgrade this thing for 50 amp service, which automatically makes it second AC capable. So that's an easy way for you folks at home to understand. If you look at an Eagle HT fifth wheel and it has a fireplace, it's a 50 amp unit. It has to be, so it can accept a second air if not already installed. Now, as you can see here, this does not have a second air installed, but we can install one for you here at our service facility, and we do all the time. We only do everything at Haylett RV. Hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, and everything in between. So with that, let's step outside, learn a little more about how she's put together. So, something that I've mentioned before, but I don't know that I've done a good job of demonstrating on previous videos, is the front beam lighting on the automotive painted nose cap of these Jaycos. You see those cool orange like glow beams that follow the contour of that cap? They just look cool, and that's what they're designed to do. They cost more than like individual LEDs, you know, like you have under the awning where you can see each bulb element. But man, do they look awesome. And that's all they are. It's just a cosmetic thing. But that's kind of who Eagle is. They're the one that does everything that they need to, and then they do everything that they also want to. You know, every RV is the best in different ways. That's who these guys are. If what you're looking for is the one with a little more sizzle and flair, Eagle should definitely be on the list. I mentioned this inside, but I want to kind of circle back to it, and that's the double length warranty that you have on Jaycos. I'm not talking just structural. There's nothing wrong with structural warranties, like our Keystones have. Actually, they have the industry's most comprehensive 3-year structural warranty. But there are some 3-year structural warranties out there that are good for absolutely nothing. And folks, you really have to do your research on that and form your own opinions, you know. But Jayco does offer full coverage on the entirety of the RV. Now, little detail things like, you're going to hear me say a bunch of times how Eagle's smarter. Notice how you have pass-through lights, motion-sensitive pass-through lights at that, on both sides of the underbelly. Or, well, not the underbelly, but the pass-through storage. A lot of RVs don't have that. And maybe they don't necessarily need it, but I think those are things that you'll enjoy having, but you'll miss if they're not there. Those are the little Eagle advantages. You know, you're going to get into that compartment on both sides. Why not have lighting on both sides? And the motion sensitivity of it is great. You also can just hard turn those on like I've done here. The pin box, the orbital, this is a whole topic in and of itself. It's the best of both worlds. So this is, you know, definitely one of the upgrades available on these. We like to put these on everything that we can now. So you can see the MORryde sticker on there. You can recognize, if you've looked at fifth wheels ever, a MORryde hitch. And this is a lateral and horizontal, lateral and longitudinal, as it were, shock dampener. And this works in conjunction with your MORryde suspension to give you 6-way shock dampening, which is, you know, it's the more expensive option as compared to Equiflex, but Equiflex provides 4-way shock dampening, which is still fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that that's bad. People have a bad habit of, anytime you look at something they assume you're saying everything else is bad. I'm not saying that at all. They're all better than no upgrade suspension in pin box. This is the most expensive option, but you could also argue that it's the best option. But it also combines the benefit of like a Revolution pin box in that it's a pivoting pin box, so that makes this very short bed friendly. If you want to, you can add 4 batteries to this thing. Eagle has a custom designed front end to allow for that. And actually, it's kind of one of the neat things on all Jayco products. Every single chassis under every single Jayco model has a custom cambered chassis. They don't just open the magazine and say, yes, give me 3 30-foot chassis so I can build a 5th wheel. They plan the floor plan, then they send the schematics to the engineers at the chassis plant and say, build us one for this. The chassis people say, you guys are nuts, you're overbuilding stuff. And they say, we don't care. That's who we are. It's part of the reason why they're the upper deck of these Jaycos. That's why they don't have pre-cracked fiberglass. Because they use a thicker tubular steel upper deck support system, and they actually have additional little flanges that support the sidewalls, so they don't have to pre-stress crack their fiberglass right here by the bedroom. Which, again, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. It's just that they don't want that to happen. A normal RV chassis system is designed for the intended lifespan of that RV. Jaycos are just intended with a longer lifespan. Like they're, let's talk insulation for a minute. So, Eagle HT was the first RV in this category, not first RV ever, first RV in this category, that tested and proved 0 to 100 degree rating. So it starts on the underbelly with a fully enclosed, forced air heated, insulated underbelly. Same insulation package as Big Brother Eagle and North Points, by the way. They insulate the slides, top and bottom. They like double, triple insulate the roof. That insulation wraps all the way around the nose cap, continues under the nose cap to the underside of the gooseneck area, and even above the pin box. They have a fully insulated bedroom deck as well, their upper deck. It's not just the bedroom. I mean, it's the entire deck. You can see it right there. And they're using the double-sided, like I call it astrofoil, but like aluminum bubble wrap stuff, because that has superior function. That stuff doesn't work well vertically, though. It works exceptionally well horizontally. So this is cold weather tested, proven, etc. Little handy water docking station. It does have like a detachable air hose style hot and cold faucet in there for outside showering. SantaCon system is an upgrade available on these. You can see we've exercised that here. It will let you empty your holding tanks twice as fast, basically, and there is a manual override for it. Now let's talk Goodyear Endurance tires. You know, US made. These have the highest sidewall and speed ratings of any tire used in this category, and at the time of this filming it's exclusive to Jayco. A lot of people have concerns about tires. A lot of people don't understand that many of the tire, not all, I'm not saying this, but many of the tire failures and blowouts in this industry are due to improper inflation of tires and driving too quickly. But I will be the first to also say there are certainly some brands of RVs that use tires rated for way too low of speed for realistic real-world highway use. So I will absolutely understand both sides of that coin. What I know is that Jayco spent more on their tires so that they don't have that problem in that argument. Big thing to talk about on Eagle HTs is their rear hitch back here. This is a factory installed standard towing hitch, even includes 4-way bumper wiring. So that, you know, if you have a little boat behind you or something like that, the HTs can do it. It's got a 3,000 pound tow rating, 300 pound tongue rating. So not just an accessory rack. Interestingly, Big Brother Full Eagle, not HT, does not have a towing hitch, which sounds backwards, but their floor plans are much, much longer. So that you would run into length restriction problems. You don't tend to see that as often here on an Eagle HT. Now, triples towing varies by state in terms of legality and length restrictions. Check your local ordinances, okay guys? Always check that. I also want to take a moment to talk about Eagle Smart Lighting, S-M-A-R-T. So when you flip on your turn signals, your side marker and additional upper clearance lights, front and back, will blink along with that turn signal so that other drivers on the road understand what you're doing. This is exclusive to Eagle right now. It'll roll out on the rest of the Jayco family over time. It's an awesome safety item, but again, it's another $1 or more expensive item that Eagles have put together on here. It depends on which side of the coin you want to get to. But check this out. Now, with no slides on the door side of this RV, it's super campsite friendly because you maintain 100% use and access of that entire patio awning. You can see that the power awning with its lights covers the outside entertainment center, which is up there in that area. It's all ready to slap a TV or use as bonus storage, or the little outside kitchenette right here. So you've got everything covered by your awning if you want it. Now you can always tilt the awning so that, you know, if you're worried about smoke or something coming off of this cooktop, it'll just sort of roll out the side there. But it's really not the big issue that people tend to think it is. But hey, it's your RV. You do with it how you please. This new Capital Grill here is something Eagle started using last year, and it was a hit right away. It burns hot for a low output or a low pressurized propane system. This thing burns well. It's built specifically for this kind of use. But look at the little detail stuff. Like, you still have rolled steel counters in here, like the big Jayco luxury fifth wheels. You've got your USB. Now, anytime you see USB plugs in your Jaycos, they are 12-volt powered, so from your battery. Great if you're boondocking. That is pretty common across the industry, but I have seen a few brands that don't wire that way. It's exceptionally uncommon if they're not wired that way, though. Now, I mentioned this inside, but we do typically put larger 16-inch tires on our Eagle HTs. And remember that these have adjustable suspension. So if your half-ton, because there are very limited half-tons that can comfortably tow this, you have to understand your payload rating in addition to your tow rating, however. If you don't know what that means, again, please just call us. We have made it so that this fifth wheel can hook up to half-tons, 3/4, and 1-tons. Unless you have some kind of crazy 5-inch lift kit on your truck, this Eagle will hook up to you no problem. That's one of the reasons that at our facility, Eagle HT fifth wheels are the best seller in their class, because they can be purchased by more people. There are a lot of folks that have a 1-ton truck who just don't want a giant 40-foot fifth wheel. I respect that, and this RV can accommodate that need. And again, Eagle is smarter. The speakers are mounted low, down by your campsite, not up high where you're going to get blown away, or, well, you'll blow the neighbors away. They also put step lighting down here, or out here, a switch where you can actually access that step light without having to go all the way into the RV. The door is friction hinged, and that is adjustable if you want to kind of crank that down. We've got all LED lighting. LED taillights, actually, they are a safety item. Because LEDs fire immediately, because they don't ramp up to power. Think of it like the difference between digital and analog. It's literally what the difference is. At highway speeds, it can give the person behind you up to 5 foot of additional stopping time. And we've all had to hit the brakes for the guy in front of us once and almost smash into the back of him. 5 feet can make the difference. Everybody knows that. Let's see, we've got plywood roof and floor decking. The roof is actually full stick-built, wood constructed. There's benefits to that, though. Jayco's roof system is the strongest out there, rated at 4,800 pounds. I've yet to see another manufacturer tout a stronger roof rating than a Jayco. Part of it is the fact that plywood has a greater strength across the span than 4x8 sheets of OSB, which is fine. You can make a full walkable roof with OSB. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, Jayco's not trying to be good here in the Eagles. They're trying to be better. That's their goal. The offset is it comes at a cost, like a monetary cost, you know, not like you have to give me your firstborn, brother. Nothing like that. But one of the benefits of wood truss in the roof is insulation. Aluminum roof trusses, they're strong, but they don't deflect if you get a heavy snow load, which we do here in the Midwest quite a bit, or our folks up in Canada. We do sell up there quite a bit as well. It also is, aluminum tubes are almost no insulation. You have to remember that. They're tubular. There's nothing insulative about them, and aluminum is a terrible insulator. It's a good conductor of heat, actually. It's the opposite. So wood trusses help arrest heat loss and heat penetration in the summertime, as it were. There's more to get into on these guys. Like, I haven't, really I meant to talk more about like your laminated slide structure and whatnot. I didn't quite get there. There's a lot to learn on any RV. There's no way I can cover everything I want to cover in just a quick little flyby video. If this is one you'd like to learn more about, definitely give our guys a call here. Visit the link in the video description. You can see what we have in stock, how it's equipped. We don't do hidden dealer fees. We clearly publish our asking prices. We've got internet special sale pricing you can get right from your phone or laptop or tablet or whatever. And if you're not ready to call, and if you are, then just give our guys a call, and we'd be more than happy to assist you here. So take care, stay safe, have fun, happy camping, everyone. Be sure to share and subscribe. We appreciate it greatly.